8 years ago, I read an article that would eventually cause me to quit my job in Homeland Security and launch an organization dedicated to bringing about change in foster care. The article was about foster care, but instead of just talking about the frustrations of a system that often seems hopeless, it talked about something that was actually working. And that was an approach to finding permanent supportive families for older kids that tripled the success rate of their placement. People looking to adopt are often interested in babies or toddlers, not usually frustrated teenagers. So this approach looks outward from the child and builds out an extensive family and relationships tree of people who already have a connection to the child, whether they know it or not. It turns out that if you can find about 200 adult connections to a foster child, statistically, at least one of them will be in the right place and time in their life to become that child's permanent parent. Jordan's a good example. She was 15, had lived for years in group and foster homes, was failing in school, starting to get in trouble with the law, when a search team found her paternal grandmother, who didn't even know she existed. Jordan was the spitting image of that grandmother, who had been a Marine, and still carried herself with all the military bearing that you would expect. Someone like that doesn't walk away from a grandchild, even one they just met. So with her grandmother's help, Jordan turned her life around on a dime because she could see a future for herself and someone who was fully committed to helping her get there. So I thought this approach made a lot of sense, and I initially assumed that it would spread quickly across the country. But I kept doing more research, and I learned that it's very hard to do this kind of work. It takes enormous resources, including time, and as a result, only a tiny fraction of those children who need this service actually are able to receive it. So we have a scaling problem, because there are nearly 500,000 children in foster care in the United States. Every year, over 20,000 of them become adults and leave foster care without ever having found that permanent supportive family. Of those, by age 26, 2/3 will have been homeless, incarcerated, or they are dead. They are undereducated, underemployed, and victimized at rates much greater than those of their peers. And for these results, we pay tens of billions of tax dollars annually. So clearly this family connections approach is truly life-changing. But currently, family searchers are using tools like manual internet searches, Word documents, and paper. They don't have any kind of advanced software to help them conduct and organize their work. Coming from the national and homeland security fields, I envisioned software that I've been exposed to, in which the intelligence community finds terrorist connections buried within mountains of extraneous data, or customs systems quickly search and sort information on thousands of passengers arriving daily, and know by the time the plane lands who they need to interview more closely. I worked for a few years in business consulting, and there we even used an automated software to scour the internet in seconds just to collate customer comments about a client's latest new and improved pizza sauce. So there's still a lot of social work to do, but imagine if someone searching for a child's family connections could have access to software like that. Imagine if it looked something like this. A team can easily collaborate. A child's evolving family tree is clean and simple. We can integrate social media and other websites to streamline data discovery and management. We can quickly PDF websites and attach them to the relevant person. And family engagement is easy to track and search. All of this allows software to do as much of the work as possible, freeing social workers to focus on actual social work, the crucial piece in bringing the family together. This is the almost complete beta software at the organization I quit that job just over 2 years ago to co-found, Connect Our Kids. We are reimagining foster care as a full beneficiary of modern technology and research, starting with software to assist in building out family trees quickly and accurately. Our software is not for sale. Instead, we intend to share it freely with those who are working on behalf of foster children. Starting an organization like this from scratch is not easy, and there will always be resistance to change. But eventually you start to find like-minded people, forward-leaning, and that makes all the difference. This summer, we will pilot our software with several of those forward-leaning organizations across multiple states. It's all the result of an incredible team, hundreds of grassroots donors, and companies like Accenture, who recently selected us as the winner for their Innovate for Good competition. But we still have a lot of work to do, so I invite you to join us in leading this change. Follow us on social media, become Connect Our Kids ambassadors in your networks, or introduce us to others you know that may be interested in being part of this revolution. Because we are no longer accepting that which we cannot change. We are changing that which we cannot accept. And I hope you will too. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jacobs. Last call for questions.
Hi, ma'am. Lieutenant Colonel Laughlin, United States Air Force. As you proceed with this software, is there any kind of indication or any kind of thought of using like the DNA sites now to try to help find foster parents or foster kids' family, since there's so much DNA out there?
Yes, we would love to do that. We've had some preliminary discussions around that, but it is something that will be a little further down the line. We have several things that we'd love to integrate, and of course, when you're dealing with children, there are always a lot of privacy issues that have to be addressed, so those would be in the mix. But we would absolutely love to see the day when we could swab a foster child's cheek and find their family. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Before we move on to our break, I just want to give a quick disclaimer. If you are sitting out there and you are thinking, wow, I want to share something, it is available for you. OWLS has been happening for many, many years. These are all volunteers that graciously submitted their outlines, photos, and a 1-minute pitch video. And if you have something that you truly feel like it's a worthy experience to share, not political and not branch specific, we would love to have you for OWLS 2020. And please connect with either myself or any of the planning team. So thank you so much, and please give another round of applause to these ladies. They will be available after